Welcome to It Takes Two. I'm Blair.
I'm Chris.
And today we'll be talking about Love Island Beyond the Villa, Season 1, Episode 5.
We had one good episode where it wasn't about Kayla and they put us right back in hell. Subscribe, like, share, comment, all the above. Blair, you ready?
I'm ready.
Let's go, please.
Kenny and JaNa take Juan the dog out to the park. Juan wants to hide under the car. He has dropped some poop surprises in their apartments. Leah and Miguel end up making a bet for who's the better parent, and so they got a little robot baby to take care of.
Okay.
It's Kenny and JaNa's 9-month anniversary coming up, and Kenny is planning a dinner for their celebration.
I just want to let y'all know there's no such thing as a 9-month anniversary, right? Apparently, they said that they celebrate an anniversary every month.
Yeah.
And then had the nerve to question us as if y'all don't do that. No, right? I would say that we are watching the episode, or at least I am. I'm watching the episode with the information that we already know about the whole Kenny and JaNa relationship, right? And I have to call JaNa to the front of the classroom, and I have to ask her, JaNa, why didn't you see the signs? Because the signs are very obvious, like very obvious. And we gonna get more into those signs throughout this episode.
Kaylor, Kendall, Connor, and Aaron meet up to play paddleball.
Yeah.
Aaron just got back from moving his mom into her new house. Kaylor hasn't told Aaron about Torn, but she doesn't think he'll care. She isn't going to bring him around today, though. She is planning on bringing him to the Saddle Ranch get together.
Yeah.
But she tells the guys that she's not feeling her best today because her grandmother is passing away.
Yeah.
So they end up playing Kaylor's Terrible. After they play, Kaylor tells the guys that she's bringing Torn to Saddle Ranch. Aaron really doesn't have much to say about that, but he does tell her he was worried about her when she was in the hospital.
Yeah.
Aaron tells her that she could come to his place if she wants to get out of, I think she's in like Hollywood or whatever. And he's like, you can come to the beach. He lives in Venice Beach and just kind of hang out with the regular folks. And she says that she does feel like safe and secure with him. They pinky promise just to be friends. And he tells her that he's happy that she ended up meeting someone new. He got her some flowers, and apparently they weren't sunflowers. So Aaron says, well, he doesn't know you that well, does he?
Just a little rib.
Yeah.
I was laughing because when Kayla came on the screen, when she came back on the screen, I was like, oh, right? Because while they sitting down about to play paddleball, she just said, I had the worst day ever yesterday. And I'm just like, you are a mood changer. You are someone that comes in and changes the mood of everybody. And then she just like, my grandmother's about to die. And now what we was supposed to have as a fun, of us hanging out and things of that nature, now we got to basically be like, sorry, your grandmother's sick. Hopefully everything's all right. And I hope everything is all right, in real life and things of that nature. But it just seems like Kayla she just sucks the energy out of the room for me. You get what I'm saying? But so far, there's nothing I have to add here.
Yeah, the only thing I will say that there is still definitely flirtatious energy between the two of them.
For sure.
And I think that even though they're pinky promising just to be friends, Aaron making a comment about, so they weren't sunflowers. I'm just like, and him inviting her to his place when he told her that he wouldn't come to her place. I'm just like, there's a little something happening here, a little bit more than friends, but it's like y'all don't actually want to dive into that. So when we get later in the episode to where there's like the kind of blow up between them, I'm just like, y'all both kind of playing into whatever this is.
But I think she's playing into it more.
Okay.
In my opinion, I think Aaron would go back with Kayla under one condition: that they disappear from social media completely.
For sure.
Like as in that's the only way that can happen. Now with Kayla, I would say I understand that you complain about being part of this, fake life, and you're from a small town and things of that nature. But are you willing to really give up social media and give up the Love Island fame that you have to be with Aaron? And I'm saying you really don't have to. I think they are really better off as friends. I think they need to practice being around each other as friends, because if it's so easy, which I do see how easy it is for them to fall into that trap, that's how you end up in that trap of basically like, I guess he didn't give you sunflowers, and just finding out little things, like even little things such as when Kayla asked him how was London, and he was like, well, you had to ask somebody else because I don't live in London, where I live. And so that's when it's like it's easy to fall into familiarity because familiarity feels safe,
right?
You know what I mean? But I really think that they are better off not together, in my opinion.
Yeah. So Leah visits Serena.
Yeah.
She still hasn't gotten her results back yet, and she's been stressing about that. Serena has been doing her part as far as trying to control her anxiety by going to therapy, going on walks. They end up FaceTiming JaNa, and Serena tells them she is not going to that party that Kendall is throwing.
Wait a minute.
And she pretty much didn't appreciate how Kendall was moving in Casa in regards to how it came to Kordell.
What's up with these little corny beefs, in my opinion? I think it's a corny beef, right? I think for her to hold Kendall accountable for how he was moving in the villa when it came to basically Kordell going to Casa and finally getting a girl that showed him affection and things like that on camera. I guess Serena was showing him things off camera and exchanging jewelry or whatever they was doing. And then she's holding Kendall accountable for being fake. I'm like, okay. To me, do I think Kendall is fake? Yes, right? But I wouldn't use that moment in Casa to basically be like, you know what, I'm mad at you for being fake. I think Casa was such a unique experience for Kordell, for Rob, for all those guys, Aaron, that I would think that once y'all get out the villa, that there would actually be like a, you know what, let's just call truce on all things. Let's just build from the bottom. Compared to Connor beef with JaNa, or rather JaNa beef with Connor, a lot of the things that he was saying, it was outside the villa. It didn't happen in the show. So I find it kind of strange arranged just a little bit, that she's holding beef or real life beef with Kendall, saying like, you know what, you're fake. I don't want to be around you based on what happened on the show. In real life, that's kind of strange to me. I don't know.
I'm 100% behind Serena. I wouldn't be going to that party with that fake man either.
Okay.
And the reason I feel this way is because Love Island was real to her.
Yeah, it was.
And her situation with Kordell, no matter how we feel about the twist and stick and all that type of stuff that we be arguing about up in here on these YouTube streets, that was real for her. And Kendall presented himself as being for the girls when he was over there wilding out, encouraging the guys to go crazy.
Well, but like this,
I'm like, he didn't have to.
He wasn't wilding out. He was encouraging the guys.
That's
to
what I'm
wild
saying.
Out.
He was encouraging the guys to wild out, but over there trying to make it seem like he was for the girls.
Yeah.
You don't have to do that. You can just do whatever you want to do. You don't have to make it seem one way when you're doing something different.
That is fair.
So I think that Serena has just seen his character and it's just like, yeah, this man is not to be trusted. And I don't think that man is to be trusted.
Okay.
But hey, would I go down and, maybe ride a mechanical bull? Possibly. But yeah, I'm totally with her. Don't go if you don't want to. That's fine. Don't support that man's event.
But it kind of put in perspective of why he wasn't there skating with all the other people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because it's like, you know what? No, this is my event. Oh yeah. By the way, just in case y'all didn't know, I don't like Kendall. I'm like, whoa. I wish you would have told us that in episode 4. You know what I mean? But, it is what it is.
I think it's fair. So Aaron FaceTimes his mom. He relays what happened in his conversation with Kaylor. Apparently, he kissed Kaylor on the cheek when they were hugging goodbye, but she tried to, kiss him on the lips. But he stopped it, and he told her that, we're just going to be friends. We're not doing that. And he also knew that she had a guy waiting back at her apartment. He wants to be there to support her while she's going through this hard time, even though knowingly he feels like he should keep her at arm's length.
Oh, do you want to go first?
Yeah, I think that Aaron, he has to figure out how to be there for her at arm's length, because I think that with them, like you said, it's so easy for them to fall back into that romantic space that Kayla's got friends and family. She just had a friend fly out for her. You know what I'm saying? And I think that sometimes, which, for me, I do like to be the person who's there for people.
Yeah.
But I think you also have to realize that, you know what, I'm not your closest person.
That's fact.
You have people closer to you who you can rely on, and whatever we had or whatever situation that transpired between us, whether friendship, romantic, whatever the case may be, I can't be that person for you anymore, and the other people in your life are going to have to fill that space. But if I'm ever around you, I will be a listening ear,
Yeah. I don't know how to say this nicely. I think Kaylor finds herself in positions to where it can be perceived as if she's easy from a guy perspective, right? Because if you're inviting, this is literally from episode 1 to episode 5. Episode 1, you haven't heard from Aaron, things of that nature. You know he on the show because he's a castmate. But episode 1, you invite him over to your apartment. Okay, sure, right? Grown folks can be grown, right? Then we hearing you making out with people in the porta potties. I don't know y'all ever been in a porta potty. It just comes off as very like nasty if we want to keep it, simple, right? Then you over here talking to this new guy and things of that nature. And then Aaron kiss you on the cheek and then you're trying to kiss him on the lip based off of what Aaron says and basically taking it to a place that it wasn't going to go, I guess. In my opinion, if I was Aaron, I wouldn't even did that. But, he's trying to go with the whole culture thing. But, I wouldn't do it. But it just comes off as like, Kaylor, you coming off as someone who is young. And I'm going back to what we was introduced as when it came down to Liv and Kayla, as we were supposed to have a hot girl summer. You know what I'm saying? I think Kayla want to live, and I think just perception from a guy, she's coming off as a, what is the number, 304?
Yes. As
a 304.
Mm-hmm. So JaNa and Kenny visit Kaylor and Torin.
Yeah.
Pretty much JaNa showed up in a costume to scare Kaylor.
Mm-hmm.
JaNa thinks that Torin looks like an American Aaron, and she doesn't plan to talk to Connor tonight at the get-together.
Yeah, okay, that's fair. Well, actually, it's not fair. Because here's the thing about it. I'm not showing up to no place that I know that, in my opinion, the beef is not that real. In my opinion, I understand that he was disrespectful. He was out of line. He sent an apology through DM, which you said he didn't, but you saw it and things of that nature. And I don't want to step into rooms to where he dictates, like, you know what, I'm not going to go over there in that section because he's over there. I'm not going to do this. Like, I can listen to you. I can basically hear you out with your apology and literally move on because you're a non-factor in my life, right? That's how I view these beefs on the show. That's how I view the beef with Serena and Kendall. That's how I view the beef with Connor and JaNa. So I'm just like, JaNa, just get it over with so it could be behind you.
So we get to Saddle Ranch. JaNa and Kaylor scare the guys in their costumes.
Mm-hmm.
Aaron knows that Kaylor likes when guys are jealous, but he does not plan to give her the satisfaction.
Okay.
Miguel and Leah arrive with the baby. I feel like we didn't get enough backstory with the baby, so it just kind of felt like they were bringing the baby everywhere.
It's weird.
I get that they gave us, what is it? I know it's not called like a flashback or a flash side or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like, okay, but they didn't invest us enough in that story for us to really care about the baby being there. At least for me.
I'm not gonna hold you.
Mm-hmm.
It was stupid.
Yeah.
Like, it's stupid. It's like the whole point of storytelling is that you tell it from the beginning, right? They just showed up with the whole baby and just think that, hey, since y'all adopting a dog and things of that nature, or fostering a dog, we fostering a baby just to see who's the better parent. It's a bet between us two. And then it's just like JaNa breastfeeding the baby or fake breast. It's like, come on now, do better.
So Connor is telling Aaron that he would feel dumb if he tries to talk to JaNa and she rejects him, and Aaron tells him just pretty much man up and go over there and apologize.
Stop right there.
Mm-hmm.
Why are you worried about your feelings? You're the one that is in the wrong. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, just go apologize.
Just go apologize.
And if she tells you to kick rocks, then go kick rocks.
No. What happens in that moment is that if you apologize in public and things of that nature and she wows you out, then guess what? You can literally say, I tried.
Yes, exactly. And then that's the end of it.
And that's it. But the whole like, oh, I'm worried about my feelings and things like that.
It's like he's scared of her. I don't know. I don't get it.
I don't know what he's doing there. But my thing is like, hold on. You are the one that's not the victim. Your feelings actually have nothing to do with this. You are the one that wronged somebody else. So if you are a man with all the muscles and things of that nature, you should be the man that be like, listen here, JaNa, I just want to say, you don't got to make small talk. I just want to say, I apologize. I didn't hear back from you on Instagram and things like that. And I just want to let you know that I sincerely apologize for my actions. My actions were this and this and this, and it was wrong. I apologize. And then you walk off. You don't even have to like linger. You get what I'm saying? Yeah.
So JaNa apparently reached out to him and, basically just said, I appreciate your apology. You really don't have to keep apologizing, but I don't want us to have conversations, essentially.
Yeah, respect my boundaries.
Right. So he goes over there. He apologizes. She says exactly what she said in her text message. Mm-hmm. She says she's over it. Just respect my boundaries. Essentially, you can walk away now.
Basically, get out of my face.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Aaron thinks that Kaylor could be trying to make him jealous. She's done it before. Mm-hmm. Aaron whistles at her to come take a shot. She doesn't come over, and she tells Torin that this whole situation is awkward.
Dude, you think she was trying to make him jealous?
I think a small part of her. I think that primarily she was there to be with Torin and to enjoy her time with him.
Yeah.
she's a young girl too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I think that it might make her feel good to see Aaron act like he cares about her. I think she might get some satisfaction out of that. So I'm not going to put it past her. I will say for the Connor and JaNa situation, I'm fine with her boundaries. I think that now she's comfortable, she's comfortable enough to be in a room with him. But I feel like the way that Connor acts, which isn't different from like Kendall or anybody else, like they're very friendly with the Love Island people, even though there are divides in the group. And I think that JaNa wants to keep a clear divide between her and Connor. Like, just because we were on a show together, I don't want you to start acting like we're actually friends. And I kind of respect Serena for the same boundary, because I've got my friends who I actually connect with, but how you move, you over here gonna be taking videos of me and all this different type of stuff, trying to make it seem like we're all a big happy family, and that's not the reality of the situation.
My whole thing is if all of y'all not close, then don't do this show. Like I'd rather y'all actually like keep it, like I'd rather y'all actually make the cast smaller and things like that. I
would have been fine with PPG alone.
Like if that's the case, we don't need to see Connor. We don't need to see Kendall. We don't need to, if it's so much to where they are not allowed to be in our everyday TV at like every week because there's a divide in the group, then shorten the roster of the cast and things of that nature. I think when someone is wronged, it is not my job to tell them how to act when they've been wronged. Right. So with JaNa basically accepting his apology, but still keeping the beef, if we want to call it that.
I think she just wants to keep her distance.
Right. I think she's basically just saying, like, look, I'm going to give you this apology, but don't talk to me. Respect my boundary. I don't even want to see you. I don't want to talk to you. Even when in the confessional where the producer was like, where do y'all stand? And she was like, it just stands. So, like, I don't want nothing to do with him, basically. She was wronged. He apologized, right? In my opinion, there's nothing to go back to. There wasn't no foundational friendship or anything that was like long standing for it to be a boundary. Y'all just going back to what y'all was before, and that's
she knows now she doesn't like the guy, and that's fine.
It's nothing. Like, y'all are nothing. So it's like
she still doesn't like him. She has that feeling.
But my thing is,
he left a sour taste in her mouth.
I understand that, but he and that's what, and I'm guessing from my perspective is, I understand he may have left a sour taste in your mouth, but he's nobody to you. Like he's literally nobody. He was just on a show with you, but there is no like closeness that y'all had before this to where you like, you know what, just respect my boundary. He's gonna go back from where he came from. Because he was never in the inner circle of just like JaNa and her friends.
Yeah. So we move on to Aaron and Kayla.
Yeah.
He says that if it was the other way around, she would be pissed off about this guy being here.
Okay.
And he tells her, you were trying to kiss me when we tried to hug the other day. Kayla felt like he was misreading the situation. She's not trying to give him mixed signals, and she apologizes if anything she said or did made him feel that way. She says that she's going through too much right now and she's really vulnerable. And Aaron says, you're not acting the same as yesterday. Like, clearly you're not acting the same way, because your guy would be pissed if he saw how you were acting with me yesterday. So she ends up walking away. But I feel like she did that because, she knows that she's towing the line with him.
You got caught.
Yeah. And I felt like, Aaron, you played a little bit into that as well. But I do think that he is clear on the fact that we are just being friends. But the conversation does tend to get a little flirty, you know?
I think he caught her red-handed, but I think you hit the nail on the head too with, like, just because Kayla moves can be a little bit more obvious, that doesn't mean that you ain't being passive-aggressive with your, like, that's why I say it's too familiar, because it would be hard to decipher, is this a friend inviting me to his house, or is this an ex-boyfriend inviting me to his house? Like, the lines is too blurred right there. And Kayla talking about, if I wanted to kiss you, I would have grabbed your face and kissed you. And Aaron is like, I would have stopped you.
Exactly.
And I'm just like, okay, what is this, like flirtful banter that y'all doing right now? Like, I understand that, hey, if it's really nothing in the sense of you just want to be friends, Kayla, you would have been acting the same in front of your new guy, and Aaron, you wouldn't be expecting her to act the same in front of her new guy. If both of y'all just go in y'all perspective corners and just be cool, then y'all wouldn't have this situation. But it just shows that there's something there, even if it's something small.
So Connor and Aaron meet up. Aaron fills Connor in on everything that happened with Kayla, and they both think that she's not being able to be herself because the fame is getting to her head or something like that.
Maybe.
I don't know.
I don't think so.
JaNa and Kenny have their anniversary date.
Uh-oh.
So they're having a conversation about how they've been together for 10 months, really, but because of the Casa situation, it's more like 9 months.
Yeah.
She said that he teaches her patience. It was hard for her not to really see him with the long distance thing at first.
Yeah.
Also, being in separate apartments was embarrassing to her, but now she's okay with it.
Mm-hmm.
Kenny told Miguel that they just like their space, and JaNa isn't happy with that because why are you telling our friends that I want my space when I was talking to Leah and Miguel was right next to her when I was crying, talking about I didn't want my space. Like, why are you portraying the situation different than it actually is?
Yeah.
And Kenny said that he wanted separation from her. JaNa says a guy knows what he wants when he sees a girl, and she thinks that he's holding back on what he's thinking, and she's trying to ask him what else is on his mind, and he says nothing. He's just listening to her. So he just wanted to live separately, and he was sorry that it wasn't clear at first.
Mm-hmm.
JaNa says that they probably would have more problems if they lived together anyway, but she's ready to go. JaNa is upset Kenny told their friends, the fact that they both want a space when it was really Kenny who was the one who wanted space. Mm-hmm.
I want you to contribute to this conversation, meaning like cut me off once you get something, because I'm gonna be kind of thinking out loud with this, right?
Okay.
Let's start from the top. Kenny, the fact that you was not honest and you had a group chat behind JaNa's back allegedly saying racist things or even just talking bad about your current girl and things of that nature, you're wrong 100% in that. You're not being honest. You are portraying a lie, right? Now, let's move that to the side since we got that straight away. JaNa, in this moment, I'm thinking, okay, JaNa don't know nothing about the text messages. She don't know nothing about what he's doing behind her back and things of that nature. She's thinking like, we're good. We're celebrating our anniversary. Even though you did not know about the alleged text messages and things like that he was saying behind your back, there's no way you thought y'all had a good relationship.
And this is where I jump in because you can clearly see that she is having issues with where they're at.
For sure.
And she notices that things aren't what she wants them to be.
For sure.
So I think, yes, I mean, she cried in the grocery store when he told her that they weren't going to be able to live together. So absolutely, she knows that they have issues in their relationship. So I think that when it comes to JaNa and Kenny, I think that Kenny was giving her enough to make her think that they were on the way towards something.
I don't even think that.
And I think because... Number one, you're sitting up here complimenting her. Mm-hmm. Secondly, you're planning anniversary dates every month for her.
Because she's making me.
Well, I didn't get the sense that he was being forced to do anything. He said like, yeah, we have our 1 month anniversary date.
He made fun of it when he was talking about it with Miguel.
Well, aren't some people just sarcastic?
No, and that's the problem. With them, there is not enough evidence, if we take away all the secret stuff, that they were in a good relationship at all.
But hear me out.
Go ahead.
So I'm not trying to point out that they were in a great relationship. I think that people in their relationship know the good things that they have going on and the struggles that they have going on.
That's fair.
And I think that JaNa was just trying to decipher, is it really what she wants it to be? Are they actually working towards where she wants to go as far as marriage and kids? Because all Kenny was really telling her was that he just wasn't ready for that next step yet, but they're working towards it. So I felt like she was getting some false hope, but she definitely knew that there were issues. But people know that they have issues in their relationship and continue to work through them.
And I would say a good number of the false hope, or a good percentage of the false hope, is the false hope she told herself.
I think it's a mixture of both.
And let me explain my point.
Okay.
The reason why I would say that a lot of it, or a good number of it, a good percentage of it, is the false hope she told herself. Even when they was talking and having like a dinner, and it was supposed to be a romantic dinner because it's their 9th month anniversary and things like that, or really 10th month if you want to count Casa, whatever it is, right? But even like their conversation, you're just like, he don't like her. Mm-hmm. She kind of don't like, it's like, and that's when they try to label it as banter. Like, oh yeah, like people in relationships banter.
That was Kenny saying that.
And, yeah, but also she said, yeah, and Kenny gets my humor. It's dark.
Oh yeah, she did say that.
So it's like, no. This is in my opinion, this seems like a facade in the sense of, not a facade of a fake relationship, but a facade of like JaNa, like on the surface, like without all the other stuff that we found out, that y'all are not clicking at all. Mm-hmm. And I think there is a internal pressure of you trying to make it work because your two best friends are in good relationships.
And external, because you're a Love Island relationship as well.
So that's why I'm like, okay, outside of the racist stuff, outside of all the stuff that Kenny allegedly been lying to you about, what is it about Kenny that you like? Mm-hmm. And I'm like, JaNa, you gotta, like, I need help to see it, because even how y'all moving y'all everyday operations of a relationship, it doesn't look like y'all clicking. Even that time, if you remember 2 episodes ago, I think it was, when they was trying to do the TikTok.
Well, see, this is where I want to give JaNa grace and not really go.
Does this sound like I'm blaming her?
Yeah, like you're saying, like, why didn't she catch the signs? Like, you have an issue. Like, why are you trying to act like it wasn't a problem?
Okay. I think maybe I'm not trying to say that, but
if I can throw out the additional piece that I want to say is that if someone is manipulating you, lying to you, and deceiving you, I'm not going to give you full responsibility to figure it out.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and I think that with JaNa, also with them being in a long distance relationship, there's a lot that person can hide, or things that you guys don't necessarily need to confront because you don't see each other every day. And I think by the fact that them being back together after being in the Love Island situation and actually essentially living back together again, that we can't just brush stuff under the rug. We can't just hang up the phone and then start new tomorrow. Like, this is actually something that I'm noticing and seeing, and I have to address. So I don't put it on her to be like, what were you thinking? Like, what were you, not seeing, like, this whole time, so to speak, because I'm like, well, she didn't have to deal with it.
Well, okay. Let me make my point clear. I'm because I think we're missing each other just slightly, right? I think that outside of the omitting thing, like, I don't think this is a problem with omitting with Kenny. I think this is a situation of JaNa knew exactly where her relationship was.
Yeah, and it was rocky.
But I think it's worse than rocky. It was bad, right? But I think she puts on a facade, or it comes off to me as if there's no way you think, based on what we saw, just the little things that we saw, that y'all are not, like, in more of worse than a rocky place. Even something as simple as this. I'll give you a perfect example. She said in the episode, like, why would you tell our friends what's going on with this? It's giving off like we already have internal problems in our relationship. We're going through something, but we have to portray that everything is good. And this is outside of the whole Kenny Tech stuff. Outside of this, the man don't want to live with her, even working. He don't want to live with her. Whenever he's talking, he's annoyed by her. Even this little conversation at the anniversary, he's shut down. He's not talking. The banter is dark. I'm like, what is it? JaNa, what did you see outside? Because right here, Kenny is not faking. He's showing right here, at least clear to me, that he's not really banging with you.
But he's also not being honest about
He's not being honest, 100%.
And that allows her to
hope,
to think whatever she wants to think.
I don't know.
And the thing is, I feel like even when she was sitting and talking to Leah and Serena about different things with Kenny, the way that their reactions were just like clearly, like, we don't know about this guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, their facial reaction wasn't just like, oh girl, like, you can work it out or whatever. No, they were just kind of like, you're not crazy. There is something going on there. Like, they were pretty much like affirming her for what she saw and what she's experiencing is what's real.
Yeah.
You know?
I think what I'm trying to say, I think she knew, my opinion, I think she knew that she should have ended this relationship before she even found out about the text. I think the text was basically just like confirmation, but everything else, everything that she had before the text messages was evidence enough to end the relationship. Was evidence enough that I believe that she tried to sweep under the rug and tried to make it look pretty, that she knew, like, we're not really we're not good for each other. But I think it goes back to the pressure of basically being a couple, being in PPG. Kordell is barely at home because he's working. and things like that. Miguel is over here carrying a fake baby, right? They doing everything, and you don't want to be the girl, or you don't want to be the one in the group to where you kind of got to hide the fact that, you know what, my relationship is really trash, because we saw it during that anniversary dinner.
But the thing is, I think that she really cared for him, though. And I think that when people, are in love or in like, that you allow certain things to linger longer than you probably should.
Maybe.
And I agree with you. Like, there probably were situations to where she probably felt like, this doesn't feel right. Maybe I should end things. But it wasn't to the point to where she felt like she needed to get out. It was more so of a wait and see type of situation.
Let me tell y'all a secret, right? If you have to do an anniversary every month, it's because y'all on rocks. Y'all on rocky terms. Mm-hmm. Because you basically need a reset every month of, you know what, we love each other.
Like, we need a high.
Exactly.
We need a little.
So the fact that they was doing this every month, to me, that's all the sign that I seen without all the other stuff, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But I'm not trying to make it sound like I'm blaming JaNa or things like that. I'm just saying, like, JaNa, I think everything you seen made you go through the phone and things like that. I think I'm only blaming JaNa for, hey, you knew that y'all wasn't on good terms. Y'all didn't just become on bad terms because of what you found out in the text messages. You knew that y'all wasn't clicking almost ever outside the villa, in my opinion.
Yeah, but like I said, she could know that, but he's also lying to her at the same time.
100%. Well,
so, and that complicates things.
We are not going to give Kenny an excuse. You lied.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, she can know it, but you lied. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Anything else?
That's all I got.
Let me know what y'all thought about that anniversary dinner. It was strange to watch, especially knowing what we know. Subscribe, like, share, comment, all the above. We see y'all.
Bye.